In today's video, I'm going to talk about why you should consider opening a YouTube channel to document your English journey, like I'm doing here. First of all, I would like to thank you all who joined me on this journey. We are around 70 subscribers, and I am super happy to know that there are so many people on the same journey as me, looking for ways to improve your English, to speak more without fear. And I really hope that my videos are encouraging you to use your English even with mistakes and to take advantage of everything that English makes possible. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your time watching my videos. If you don't know me, my name is Miriam. I'm from Brazil, and recently I created this YouTube channel to document my English journey while sharing content about topics that I love the most, such as mindset, book insights, and resilience. My main motivation for recording videos for this YouTube channel is to improve my English, but also to inspire you and to encourage you to use your English without fear. Just so you can understand my journey with English, I learned English in my adulthood. It was not easy. I still struggle a lot with grammar stuff, pronunciation, and so many things that I'm still working to improve. And some months ago, I found out myself struggling a lot to communicate during meetings at my job and to share my ideas and my perspective about things in English. So I thought to myself, why not using YouTube to record videos in English and to force myself to speak more? Also to notice where are the areas that I need to work on my English to improve and to communicate my thoughts clearly. And I noticed this was my problem, that I would need to speak more, to find ways to use my voice and to build an identity in English, to recognize myself in a second language. I saw YouTube as an opportunity to do that. So I created this YouTube channel and I recorded my first video in English, which was really hard to do. It took me hours to record a video of 5 minutes or less. And you'll see if you watch the first video of this channel that I was really, I was not comfortable speaking, and I was really worried about grammar mistakes. I was not talking so naturally. I was afraid and all of that. And after 7 months recording videos for this YouTube channel, I can clearly notice the difference and how fast I am improving on my speaking skills. When I started, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to talk about, but I felt really strong that I should talk about mindset, because I knew that the key to learn a new language is mindset, is the way you think, the way you see mistakes during your English journey. I wanted to talk about developing a positive mindset and seeing mistakes as part of the process of learning a new language. That's why in most of the videos here, you will see me talking about mindset, resilience, and all of these things. So today I would like to talk about my top reasons of why you should start a YouTube channel to document your English journey, even if you feel your English isn't good enough. First reason is the unexpected internal growth that you will gain by creating a YouTube channel and recording videos for this platform. It's really hard to put your voice into the world and to deal with the results of doing this. And recording videos in a second language is really scary. There are this fear of judgment, of people seeing your grammar mistakes, your pronunciation mistakes, your accent, and all of these things that kind of stop us from speaking and using our English. So it's something really scary to do. Also, when you put yourself in uncomfortable situations as a non-native speaker, you are doing what most of the English students are afraid to do. But once you start, you will notice that you are overcoming this big monster of fear. You will start to think, wait, I can talk. I can talk even with mistakes, even with accent. This is something that is possible. And the more I speak, the better I get. This will be so clear for you if you start documenting your English journey. You will recognize you were trapped in fear, and this fear was stealing so many opportunities. And I'm sure that if you are an English student like me, and you have been studying English for many years, but you still can't talk, I know you're tired of being controlled by this fear of what will people think about my accent, about my English. Soon or later, you will need to face this fear. Otherwise, you will be always constantly feeling frustrated because you know the language, you have studied so many years, but you can't use your voice in English. So the growth that you gain by facing this fear of judgment, by confront yourself with a camera, is huge. It's like you're killing this big monster that has been holding you back for so long. Second reason, your English will improve as never before. If you're recording videos for YouTube in your second language, you are exposing yourself to a very uncomfortable situation. And this is really good because this is the big challenges of non-native speakers or English students, is to talk with people outside your circle and to, just face the situations. Another thing that I noticed is that my writing have improved. Why? Because when I want to record a video and I have an idea, I usually write, the script or the bullet points about what I want to talk. And while I'm writing, I'm being forced to think about my ideas. So it improves my ability to think in English, to, see if my line of thought is making sense, if I'm being able to connect the ideas and all of that. Also, while you are writing a script, you will notice grammar mistakes, things that maybe you have never noticed before because you were not writing these things. Also, recording videos for YouTube forces me to watch my own mistakes, which is very uncomfortable. But as I said, it's the only way to get better. So I always rewatch my videos while I am making edits. I am rewatching and seeing if there's something really bad when it comes to grammar or pronunciation. And it makes me recognize, I was pronouncing that word wrong many times. And my mind starts to pay attention to this, which helps me to improve and to pronounce it correctly next time. I'm already planning a video where I will reveal my biggest English mistakes since I started this YouTube channel. And I'm going to do that with an English teacher, so he can also help me and help you to see if you're not making the same mistakes. So there are so many skills that we need to develop when you are recording videos for YouTube. Not only talking, but editing videos, all of these things. I don't like vlogging. It's always a challenge for me, but it helps me to learn new words. You will see that in this channel, there are 2 vlogs where I was in the Bragança Castle here in Portugal, and I wanted to show the castle for you outside and inside. So after recording all of those scenes and shots, I needed to edit them. And I noticed that I didn't know many words. I didn't know how to describe many things within that video because they were in a context that I'm not used to. A castle, old stuff. So I didn't know how to describe things like a sword, armor. And while I was editing, I needed to search for these words so I could narrate the video. And after I did that, I noticed that all of those new words, I kind of memorized them because I needed to repeat them many times. So this is one more thing that I have been learning with YouTube. By recording vlogs, I learn new words that maybe I would never learn or memorize so easily. Another thing that I have been doing here is using the YouTube playlists to build a personal track. So I like to share insights from the books that I'm reading, and I have a playlist only about this. I also like to share tips about remote work, and mindset. So I have playlists for all of these things, and they also help me to build my identity in English. These are the things that I like to talk about and that I am more comfortable with the vocabulary. And, it helps me because I need to make a very hard work in my mind to think about that book and to summarize the insights for you. It's not easy, but it helps me to think in English, to put my mind to work in English. And these are only a few skills that you will gain by recording videos on YouTube. There are so many other things, but I believe that this is enough to have an idea of how incredible this platform is to improve your English skills. Not only by watching English lessons from English teachers here on YouTube, which is also a great thing to do, but also to put your English to work, to practice your own English. Third reason, it makes you a better person. And why? When I started this YouTube channel, I thought to myself, okay, I can't only record videos in English about random things just because I want to practice my English. So I understood that if someone is paying attention to me and, dedicating time watching my videos, I would need to share things of value. I understood that I needed to contribute to others' life in some way while I was also practicing my English. So I'm always reading things and researching for topics that I know will help English students and non-native speakers. At the same time I'm practicing, I'm also sharing things of value and encouraging you to speak more, which means that I'm kind of forced to feed my mind with good things so I have some type of knowledge to share with you. So when you create a YouTube channel to share your English journey, you also have a huge responsibility with those who are watching your videos. You don't need to be an expert or nothing like this to have a YouTube channel and to document your English journey. But it's important to have something to share. You can't only open your camera and, be talking about things that they're not interested in. So we need to be wise to use this platform to practice your English, but also share something of value. And one of the best reasons for you to create a YouTube channel and to document your English journey is to develop your own identity in English. Remember I told you that when I first started speaking English, I felt really weird by listening to my own voice, and this feeling kind of paralyzed me. And the thing is that as English students, we tend to postpone the moment of practice. I just learned this word, postpone. We tend to, instead of doing now something that we should be doing now, we tend to wait for the best moment. Practicing English is not comfortable. And instead of doing this with our camera first and friends, sometimes we postpone this moment of practicing, and we tend to do this it's not the wrong moment, but it's not the best moment to do that. As I did, I was already working for an American company, and I found myself having a hard time to express my thoughts because I didn't train before. So why not use YouTube to practice and to develop this identity? You will be focusing on improving your English and also sharing things of value with your audience. Do not forget this. English teachers, they usually say things like, you need to think in English, you need to stop thinking in your native language, and you need to start thinking in English if you want to be fluent and all of that. But it's really hard to do that when you're not using your English. How are you going to think in English, to train your mind to think in English? But when you need to open a camera and share ideas about a book that you read or a topic that you have interest, when you need to do that, you are forced to think in English. These moments will help you to build your identity in English, and this will be part of who you are. So to summarize, it's been a really nice experience recording videos for this YouTube. I invite you to watch my first video here and you will see the difference if you compare that first video with this, for example. That's why I felt I should share this insight with you, and maybe this is something that you can start doing to finally use your English. So my challenge for you today is to record your first video in English. Even if you feel nervous, even if you feel your English isn't good enough, you can record it for yourself. You don't need to share it. You can record with the camera of your laptop and just save it for you. Or you can open a YouTube channel and record these videos without making them public. They can be private and only you will see them. You and someone that you trust, maybe an English teacher or someone that is helping you with your English. After recording this, watch this and see how you feel about yourself. Face these uncomfortable feelings, but do not focus on your mistakes in a way that you get discouraged. Identify your mistakes and make a plan to improve, no matter it's grammar, pronunciation, or something else. Once you know your weaknesses, you can focus on working to improve them. If you like this idea, I also have another video here talking about my first 3 months recording videos for YouTube, what I have learned from this, and how I was feeling. Thank you for being here, and I wish you all the success in your English journey.